सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ सर्ववेदान्तसिद्धान्तगोचरं तमगोचरं गोविन्दं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। Yeah. Let us chant from number 45, abridged, around 155, unabridged. Munjat ishikam iva. मुञ्जादिशीकामिव दृश्यवर्गात्
मुञ्जादिशीकामिव दृश्यवर्गात्
प्रत्यञ्चमात्मानमसङ्गमक्रियम्
प्रत्यञ्चमात्मानमसङ्गमक्रियम्
विविच्य तत्र प्रविलाप्य सर्वम्
विविच्य तत्र प्रविलाप्य सर्वम्
तदात्मना तिष्ठति यः स मुक्तः।
तदात्मना तिष्ठति यः स मुक्तः।
देहोऽयम् अन्नभवनोऽन्नमयस्तु कोशः
देहोऽयम् अन्नभवनोऽन्नमयस्तु कोशः
चान्नेन जीवति विनश्यति तद्विहीनः।
चान्नेन जीवति विनश्यति तद्विहीनः।
त्वक्चर्म मांसरुधिरास्थिपुरीशराशिः
त्वक्चर्म मांसरुधिरास्ति पुरीशराशिः।
नायं स्वयं भवितुमर्हति नित्यशुद्धः।
नायं स्वयं भवितुमर्हति नित्यशुद्धः।
पूर्वं जनेरपि मृतेरथ नायमस्ति।
पूर्वं जनेरपि मृतेरथ नायमस्ति।
जातक्षणक्षणगुणो नियतस्वभावः।
जातक्षणः क्षणगुणो नियतः स्वभावः।
नैको जडश्च घटवत् परिदृश्यमानः।
नैको जडश्च घटवत् परिदृश्यमानः।
स्वात्मा कथं भवति भावविकारवेत्ता।
स्वात्मा कथं भवति भावविकारवेत्ता।
कर्मेन्द्रियैः पञ्चभिरञ्चितोऽयम्
कर्मेन्द्रियैः पञ्चभिरञ्चितोऽयम्
प्राणो भवेत् प्राणमयस्तु कोशः।
प्राणो भवेत् प्राणमयस्तु कोशः।
येनात्मवानन्नमयोऽनुपूर्णः।
येनात्मवानन्नमयोऽनुपूर्णः
प्रवर्ततेऽसौ सकलक्रियासु
प्रवर्ततेऽसौ सकलक्रियासु
नैवात्मापि प्राणमयो वायुविकारः
नैवात्मापि प्राणमयो वायुविकारः
गन्तागन्ता वायुवदन्तर्बहिरेषः
गन्तागन्ता वायुवदन्तर्बहिरेषः
यस्मात् किञ्चित् क्वापि न वेत्तीष्टमनिष्टम्
यस्मात् किञ्चित् क्वापि न वेत्तीष्टमनिष्टम् वेत्तीष्टमनिष्टम्
स्वं वान्यं वा किञ्चन नित्यं परतन्त्रः
स्वं वान्यं वा किञ्चन नित्यं परतन्त्रः
Once again, नैवात्मापि प्राणमयो वायुविकारः
नैवात्मापि प्राणमयो वायुविकारः
गन्ता गन्ता वायुवदन्तर्बहिरेषः
गन्तागन्ता वायुवदन्तर्बहिरेषः
यस्मात् किञ्चित् क्वापि न वेत्तीष्टमनिष्टम्
यस्मात् किञ्चित् क्वापि न वेत्तीष्टमनिष्टम्
स्वं वान्यं वा किञ्चन नित्यं परतन्त्रः
स्वं वान्यं वा किञ्चन नित्यं परतन्त्रः
Yeah. So beginning to look at the student's question. Tayor vivekaha katham etat uchyatam. Seventh question of the student, starting from answering that from this shloka number 45. Munjad ishikam iva. You have to separate Atma from Anatma. That's the Munjat Ishikat iva. How do I do that? Earlier, Anatma was already described. In fact, well defined also. If not defined, at least all the things that are not you was, all right, that is Anatma. Why don't talk about not you yet? So Anatma was defined. Shariratrayam was defined. And so Sthula Shariram is not me, or I am not Sthula Shariram, that's better. I am not Sukshma Shariram. No, that also is not correct. Sthula Shariram was defined, that's all. Anatma, what is Anatma? Sthula Shariram, Sukshma Shariram, Karana Shariram. That's how this body mind sense complex is divided. Because I have to, this human being needs to be told carefully. Suddenly you tell things, what will happen? People will think they know, but really they won't know. Because it's a bookish knowledge. You know, they say bookish knowledge, right? Bookish. Means what? That is called samanya jnanam. That bookish knowledge is called samanya jnanam. Then there is something called vishesha jnanam. Vishesha jnanam means I know it. I know it. Means I'm crystal clear about it. There's not even a dash of doubt. That is called vishesha jnanam. So, so that's why Shankaracharya is, this particular text is very interesting. Vivekachoodamani. So anyway, finally, this last question is being answered. Tayor vivekaha means atma anatmanoho vivekaha. That means viveka between atma and anatma. Now you've told me what anatma is. You've also defined what atma is. But that's not enough. Now teach me. These are all definitions. Definition, 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 you know. And okay, I have to go back and look at all these definitions, but I think I'm getting the point. But now tell me more. So that tell me more is what we are at right now. So in shloka number 46, he begins to talk about this. He is not using the same definition of anatma. He is going to use a different definition, which is good. It's good for us to know this because Shastram uses all these words. And that definition is what? Annamaya kosha, pranamaya kosha, manomaya kosha, vijnanamaya kosha, anandamaya kosha. Fivefold division of anatma, or this body, mind, sense complex. Fivefold division as opposed to threefold division. And so that annamaya is no different than sthula shariram we saw before. Now the sukshma shariram is divided into three koshas. Annamaya talked about in shloka number 46. Then we saw 47 is the way Swamiji has chosen the shlokas is this is Annamaya. Then how can Atma be Annamaya? How can Atma be the body? That's what he's saying. Swatma katham bhavati bhava vikara vetta. Jadaha. Body is jadam. It doesn't know itself. But there is somebody who knows this body. Therefore, that somebody cannot be the body. That's the logic there used. Ghatavat paridrishyamanaha. This is Ghata. Ghata cannot be Atma. That much I know. How? Because Ghata is not conscious of itself. It is Jada. It is Jadam. Like that, Ghatavat, he gives an example. Alright, next shloka number 48, Pranamaya Kosha. What is Pranamaya Kosha? He talks about. So, I am Pranaha karmendriyaiḥ pañcabhirañcito'yaṃ anchitaha. So, this pañcabhirañcito'yaṃ karmendriyaiḥ, five organs of action. This vakpānipadam pāyupasthaha, five organs of action, plus the pancha prāṇaha, which means the entire not psychological, physiological system, okay, is what is defining as Pranamaya kośaḥ. So Annamaya or Pranamaya. Now, this is where we are, I think. Yeah, 49 is what we have to do. That is also Pranamaya Kosha. He is going to say, how can this Pranamaya Kosha be Atma? That is the logic. That's what he's going to give. So look at that. You have to underline the words Pranamaya, first line, first quarter, in fact, naivātmāpi prāṇamaya. That's what you have to underline. Pranamaya Atma na eva. Pranamaya cannot be Atma. That's the main sentence. Okay. So because it is vāyuvikāraḥ, vāyuvikāraḥ, vikāraḥ, a transformation. It is a product. This pranamaya, which is composed of this pancha pranaha and pancha karmendriyani, which was mentioned in the previous shloka, is vāyuvikāraḥ, he says. Vāyuvikāraḥ. So he's using an interesting word, vayu. And vāyuvikāraḥ means this, again, sukshma bhuta vikaraha. It is also a product of this panchabhutani. Sukshma panchabhutani. Vayu there means like that. And because Vayu is, he uses the word Vayu because Vayu is a rajoguna pradhanaha. Vayu we appreciate as this air which is constantly moving. Constantly moving. And in case it is stuck in our room with all doors and windows closed, then we say, why didn't you open the windows? Why you open the windows? Because Vayu's nature is to move, and so we want some fresh air. So that Vayuvikaraha, that is gross Vayu. But here Vayu is the subtle Vayu, Sukshma Vayuhu. And Pranamaya is a product of all the Sukshma Bhutas, not just Vayu Sukshma Bhuta. But because the Rajas aspect is highlighted, Akashasya Rajasamshat Vagindriyam Sambhutam, then Vayoho Rajasamshat Spanindriyam Sambhutam. Like this, Rajasamshat of each of the Pancha Mahabhutani has given rise to the Pancha Karmendriyani. That is why that Rajas is being highlighted by the word Vayu. Vayu is not literally Vayu. It is the movement aspect, Rajas aspect of the Sukshma Panchabhutani that has given rise to this. Shankara is using the word, he's playing a little bit of mischief and saying Vāyuvikāro. Vayu. You have to understand Vayu, you have to interpret Vayu. So, like that, he says. So, this is Vāyuvikāro. What is Vāyuvikāro? Pranamaya Vāyuvikāro. Pranamaya is equal to Vāyuvikāro. All right, so what? So what? And, and therefore, the logic that is going to be used is what? Well, this Pranamaya is external to Atma. It is external to Atma. Just like earlier he said, what did he say? Annamaya is there, this body. Okay? That is the external most. What external most? Most external. Most external of this body mind is complex. Everything else seems to be inside. Then he said, what did he say? Pranamaya anupūrṇaḥ, he said somewhere, if I remember right. He said, Pranamaya. Did he say that?
48.
Yeah, yeah, 48. णमयो'nupūrṇaḥ. णमयो'nupūrṇaḥ. So this Pranamaya, he said, is filling up Annamaya. That means the container is Annamaya and a Pranamaya is contained in this container. And so like that, we have gone inside a little bit. But inside a little bit, and still that is not Atma, because he's going to say later, this also is external. He's going to say, it's external to Atma. So vāyuvadantarbahireṣaḥ. This prana also is a moving entity. It is inside sometimes, it is outside sometimes. Antaha bahihi cha yeshaha. Not only the breath, see, the breath is going inside, it is going outside. Okay, that is a physical air which has oxygen, nitrogen, and so forth, is going inside, going outside. He's saying that is Vayu, but then this like that Vayuvat, look at that Vayuvat in the second quarter. Like that Vayu which you and I know very well, there is this prana. This prana Shakti is there. Prana Shakti, which the medical science cannot figure out, which all these other people, our yogis, know about this prana and nadi and all. They talk about which prana is where and what is that imbalance in the body and how to control the whole prana shakti, everything they know even better. That prana shakti, look at that prana shakti, vayuvat, like vayu, that prana mayaha, which has prana, antarbahihi eshaha. It is inside and it is outside. Sometimes inside, sometimes outside. The inside goes out, prana shakti goes out. Prana shakti comes inside. And that is why he is called Ganta. When it is going out, the outgoer is called Ganta, goer. Is going. Then what? Aganta. That is how to separate that word. Not aganta, aganta. Ganta, aganta. Aganta means comer, one who is coming inside. Ganta is goer. Aganta means incomer. Something like that you have to say. Outgoer and incomer. Okay. So that is the nature of this pranamaya or prana. Okay. So that this is the nature of pranamaya. Okay. And we have a reference, many references also. What references? To Atma. Is Atma Pranamaya or not? If I want to know. Two things I have to know. Pranamaya is Jadam and it can't see itself. Okay. He is going to say that. I'll come to that shortly. Vettīṣṭamaniṣṭaṃ. Hey, this Pranamaya is Jadam. It doesn't know itself. Neither it knows anything else. And number two, Atma. What about Atma? What is the nature of Atma? Nature of Atma we can't know. We need to rely on the Shastram to know the nature of Atma. And so, Shastram says Atma is adreshyam agrahyam, agotram avarnam, achakshushotram, tadapani padam, Mundaka Upanishad, we saw all that. Nityam vibhum sarvagatam susukshmam, tadavyayam, yad bhuta yonim paripashyanti dhiraha. Like that we saw in Mundaka Upanishad. You may want to, yeah, I forgot, note down the mantra number. Okay. And that is why our Nachiketa also is asking that same question. Hey, all this Annamaya, Pranamaya have their attributes. Annamaya means a particular form. It is made of bones and it is made of skin and everything. All that put together part, blood, everything is called Annamaya. I know that. Like this, all these Mayas are all have their own qualities. Mind also has its own quality. Buddhi has its own quality. Tell me that which is quality less. Anyatra dharmat, anyatra dharmat. He is asking very clearly. That which has no dharma, that which has no adharma also. That because adharma is opposite. This question comes. So whether this adharma, which type of nanj, this is for Sanskrit students. So now you can see. This is virodharte, not abhavarte. That's why, yeah, Nachiketa is asking, anyatra dharmat, anyatra adharmat also. Virodhart, not abhavart. He's asking for the abhava, where there is abhava of dharma and abhava of adharma. That's what he's asking. Anyway, that is all by the way. So, anyatra dharmat, anyatra dharmat. So that is, we have to rely on Shastra to know about Atma. We can't figure out. Not possible. That is why Shravanam Kuryat. All right. So, and you can note this also. Bhagavad Gita 13, 5 and 6. 13, 5 and 6. Okay. Mahabhutanyahankaro buddhiravyaktamevacha. So he's giving a big list. Mahabhutanyahankaro buddhiravyaktamevacha. Indriyani dashaikancha panchachendriya gochara. So he's listing all the Mahabhutas and then this Indriyani dashaikancha. So this Jnanendriyani sense organs and the Karmendriyani organs of action and Dasha Ekam cha. Ekam. Then Manaha also included, Buddhi also included. All that big list he gives. And then he continues Icha, Dvesha, Sukham, Dukkham, Sangatas, Chetana, Dhritihi. And then he adds a few more things. Desire and fortitude and things like that he adds, and all those various states of mind. He's saying yetat kshetram savikaram udahritam, samasena savikaram udahritam. All these things, including the mind and including all the emotions and states of mind, everything is kshetram, he says that. Kshetram. Kshetram, a technical word for us. For us, it's a technical word. Kshetram means a field where things are done, where you have to go and do things. That's called field. Literally field, like football field or agricultural field, all these fields. Same word he uses here. The mind also is a field where you have to go do something. That means the mind is not you. Anything, any emotion is not you, like that. Don't get confused with emotion. Emotion is there, it is personal, very personal to you, but it is not you. Major finding it is. And so, savikaram udahritam. Savikaram. It is a product. These are all products. Savikaram. Why it is important to us? Shankaracharya here is saying what? He is saying vāyuvikāraḥ. It is a modification of Vayu. It is a product of Vayu. It is a product of Sukshma Bhutani. And that is what it is there also. Savikaram. These are all Savikaram. That's why they fall under the category of Kshetram. Anything that is produced is it falls under the category of Kshetram. Like that he said there in the 13th chapter, 5th and 6th shloka. I think 7th shloka is Amanitvam, Adambitvam, Ahimsa, Kshantir, Arjavam. So, that is just by the way. So, Pranamaya Vāyuvikāraḥ Naiva Atma Ayam. Like that he says. Means what? How do you split that combination? Um, naivātmāpi prāṇamaya. Where is this ayam? Gantāgantā. Yeah, naivātmā. Oh, api. Wait a minute. This is atma api. Okay, naivātmā api. What is there in this book? Okay, so there is a Patabheda. Patabheda is there. So naiva atma ayam is one reading. Naiva atma api. In the printout, it is api. So both readings are there. That's what I was wondering what happened. So if it is ayam, then ayam means this. Ayam pranamaya atma na eva. This pranamaya is not atma. It's not atma. And he has to tell why. He said it is ganta, aganta, vayuvat, it is moving, it is vāyuvikāraḥ, therefore per Krishna in 13.5.6 it cannot be, it is kshetram. Then what is Atma? Kshetrajñam, kshetrajñaṃ mam viddhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. That also you have to bring from another chapter. Okay. And so I am kshetrajñam. All these are kshetra. Like that he said there. Here also we bring that same idea. And yasmāt. See, all right. So our Chandrasekhara Bharati Mahaswami says, Nishvase antaha ganta, uchvase bahihi aganta yata bahya vayuhu. Okay, that is fine. Nishvase. So Nishvase means when the breath is taken in, inhalation, antaha, it goes inside, then it's called, uh, okay, then it is called ganta. He's using the word ganta there. Then uchvase. Uchvase bahihi aganta, he says. So he's using the word aganta. Aganta for the exhalation. Exhalation. Okay. This is just by the way. Okay. What I said earlier was not this, right? So going means going inside. Aganta, coming means coming outside. That's the way to, he has interpreted it that way. All right. Bahihi yeshaha. Yeshaha. Yeshaha means this pranamaya. Like the vayu, it is moving. In and out, it's going. Like that he says that. Yasmāt kiñcit kvāpi na vetti ishtam anishtam. Yasmat means because. I'm going to tell you why this pranamaya is not atma. Why? Because yasmat means because. Okay. Kinchit na veti. Kinchit kvapi na veti. Kinchit means nothing. Anything. Anything na it doesn't know. Na veti. Na janati. Na janati. So na janati. Does not know. Who does not know? Pranamaya does not know. Does not know what? Kinchit. Anything. Kinchit means anything. Kwapi. Anywhere. Anywhere. Anywhere means what? Anywhere. Inside, outside, or in any whole entire waking state, or dream state, or sushupti avasthayam. So, trishu avasthasu, kwapi, kwapi. Not at no time, in other words, or at no place, okay, at no time or place, pranamayaha veti will not know anything. What it won't know? Ishtam anishtam. It doesn't know. It doesn't know what is desirable, what is undesirable. You went to bed and you set the everything all right, windows open or closed. That also you decided. If it's raining, you closed it. All that. If it is cold outside, you close the window. Otherwise, you kept the windows open. In India, we keep windows open all the time. I mean, most of the time. So it's all that you decided. And so ishtam anishtam you decided. You knew exactly what it was. All bed also how it should be, and pillows, no pillows, everything. Firm bed, soft bed, everything. Decided. I don't know why there is no this one agreement. Some people say firm bed is good for the back. Some people say no, no. If I use firm bed, my back will ache. So it has to be a soft bed. Like that they say. Anyway, so ishtam anishtam. That's it. You have to decide what is good for you. That's all. Even though all these people say all kinds of things, you have to decide. Pranamaya doesn't know all these things. It knows nothing. Ishtam anishtam na veti na janati. It knows nothing about all these things. And svaṃ va anyam va kiñcana nityaṃ paratantraḥ. Svaṃ va anyam va. Okay. It doesn't know itself also. Svaṃ na veti. Svaṃ va na veti. Anyam va na veti. You have to connect it to na veti. It doesn't know anyam. Either it knows itself nor it knows something else. Purely it is doing its job without knowing itself. Means jada vastu ityartha. It is jadam. And so, Swamiji, look at this. Chandrasekhara Bharati Mahaswamiji. Yadi I am Atma. If this Pranamaya were Atma, really speaking Atma, if then Tarhi, don't write this down. Shushupti Dashayam Choradi Badam Janiyat. Some of you are laughing. So that's what it is. Hey, that means when you are in deep sleep, prana is working or not? Prana is there. We better believe prana is there when we are sleeping. Thank God it is there. Thank God. Somebody said, if you sleep, be careful. If you deep sleep for 3 hours at a stretch, then you may not get up. If that is how it was, then what will happen? Some of us will, many of us will take caffeine tablets, okay, and so that it just fully alert, like an owl, like this will be alert, but nobody wants to sleep. Some people, all these naturopathy people will say no, 3 caffeine tablets is too much, 2 is enough. They will take all that extra risk and all that. Anyway, that's what will happen. So Swamiji here is saying, if pranamaya were really atma, then choradi badham, when you are sleeping, all these thieves are all coming and quietly taking things away. The prana would be aware of it. Prana is not aware. It's quietly working. Quietly working. It's unaware, totally unaware. Other people are aware that you are snoring. That snoring also not aware. Nothing. Nothing. Thank God we don't know what happens when we sleep. If somebody takes a video and shows the video, I think we will just, I don't know how we will respond to that. Thank God nobody has done it so far. So, so that's what he's saying. Yadi I am Atma tarihi sushupti dashayam choradi badam janiyat. Choradi badam. So, Bada, see, Bada only you have to know because otherwise blissfully I'm sleeping. So only the problems we have to know. And since problem can't be with the body because Sushupti. So it has to be outside Bada, outside problems. So that is why Nityam Paratantraha. Nityam Paratantraha. This pranayama, I mean pranayama illa, pranamaya, pranamaya is paratantraha. It is not swatantraha. It's not swatantraha. Swatantra means Panini. I went good. Panini defines karta. In Sanskrit, those karta, karma, all these vibhaktis are there, no? Karta is the agent. Karma is the object. Object is what? What I am going to use is the object. And then karanam, instruments, all these things are there. So Panini defines karta. You know what karta is? Swatantra karta. Like that he defines Panini. Means swatantraha. I have full freedom. The one who has full freedom is the karta. Okay, then what is karma? Karma he defines. He says, Ipsita tamam karma. My goodness, what thinking they are. That which is most desired by you is karma. By saying that, what he's saying, karma is not you. It is desired by you. Because what I desire can't be me. Ipsita tamam. Most desired means most hated, everything will come in that category. That on whom my entire attention is on. That is called karma. All right. Why did we go there? Swatantra karta. He is saying here, this pranamaya is not swatantraha. Then what is it? It is paratantraha. It is dependent on something else. Being jadam, it has to be dependent on something else. Something else. All right, you can say prana is critical. My whole life it depends. Heartbeat depends on prana. Whole body's function, everything depends on prana. My life depends on prana. Even the mind depends on prana, really speaking, right? Mind depends on prana. Prana, the body has to work, has to be alive, quote unquote. All right. So, but here he says, even this pranamaya, even though it is essential for survival, it's still paratantraha. It is not swatantraha because it's not aware of itself. It is jadam. And Swami Chandrasekhara Bharati Mahaswamiji, look at what he says. Don't write this down, just listen. Pranayamadikale tasya nirudhyamanatvam prasiddham. He says, look, you guys do pranayama? Yeah, I know pranayama. Pranayamadikale. In those times, what happens? My God, you are controlling prana. You are controlling prana. You decide how prana goes. And some yogis and all, they will hold their breath. What yogis? Even you go to Svyasa, they will teach you how to do all that. And just hold the breath. And the clock is ticking. Clock is ticking. 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, 60 seconds holding the breath. It's very easy for some people. I used to do it also a long time ago. I think 60 seconds I did once. Now that I'm talking about it, I'm reminded of all that. I think people can do it. Once you practice enough, take a deep breath and then hold it. They can do it. Some people whose respiratory system is good, they can handle all this. So he says that nirudhya manatvam, that kind of holding the prana. Now at that point you decide who is dependent on whom. Prana is dependent on the free will. Correct? Free will is deciding what prana should do. And some people can decide when I want to die also. They will decide when I can die. Like Bhishma and so many others. Bhishma is famous, but otherwise people are there. They can decide when to die. We can't decide when to die. No chance. Average human being cannot decide. Okay. But they can decide that prana. When the prana should leave, I will decide when it will leave. I have the capacity to do that. Okay. So therefore he's invoking that and says pranayama. What pranayama? Pranamaya is all this pranayama, everything confusion, no? So I think you understand that. So because Swamiji said pranayama adi also. And so Pranamaya is paratantraḥ. That is the whole point here. Paratantraḥ, not swatantraḥ. It is dependent on something else. Okay. Free will itself, I've given you an example like that Swamiji is saying. And so, of course, eventually, of course, it's going to be dependent on Atma. Point here is, therefore, Atma cannot be, Atma being swatantraḥ, it cannot be pranamaya. Okay. And that free will, of course, is Vijnana Maya. We'll come to it later. A couple of more Mayas are there. Mano Maya is there. Then Vijnana Maya is coming. And so Swamiji makes some comments here. And Pranamaya. So Pranamaya is there. Annamaya. Before Pranamaya to Annamaya. No? So Annamaya is there. Pranamaya is there. Annamaya cannot function unless Pranamaya works. So if they two are separated, means Antakale. Antakale cha mameva. So antakale, prayana kale. So during the last moments, when the sukshma shariram leaves the body, along with the karana shariram, then separation happens between annamaya and pranamaya. And when the separation happens, the body can't survive. Annamaya cannot survive. And pranamaya is of no use to any annamaya. So it hangs on. It hangs on and it has to find some other annamaya it has to find. And so both have to be together in one place in order for the body to tick. And so until then, there won't be any transactions. Like that, Swamiji is making an observation. All right. So this concludes the Pranamaya. Two shlokas on Pranamaya. What is first shloka says what Pranamaya is. Second shloka says why Atma cannot be Pranamaya. Pranamaya Atma na eva. That is the main sentence here. Let's look at the translation. This Pranamaya also. So also is that api. Patabeda I said, no? Patabeda as in uh, naivātmāpi. So api is one form and naivātmāyaṃ. Ayam is the other. If it is api, it is also. If it is ayam, it means this. Ayam pranamaya. This pranamaya. All right. The translation is this pranamaya also can never be. Api may actually be a better reading because there is an eshaha at the end of the first half of the shloka. Eshaha is there. Okay. So the eshaha also is this. Therefore, we don't need an ayam. And therefore, api could be considered, by me, I'm saying, a better um, rendition of this shloka. All right. This pranamaya also can never be the self because this pranamaya cannot be the self because can never be the self because the pranamaya is a modification of modification of and Swamiji says air, A-I-R. You can just say prana. Better to say prana. Yeah, modification of prana and goes in and comes out. Yeah, see, goes in, ganta, in, antaha, right? Antaha, ganta, Swamiji had said. So that's what is being said here. Goes in and comes out. Of the body, within brackets. Goes in and comes out, within brackets, of the body. Comes out of the body. Like the air. Like vayu. Like the air. Here, air is okay. Okay, like vayu, comma, does not know anything anywhere. Does not know anything anywhere, comma, anything desirable or not desirable. Okay, anything desirable or not desirable, comma, now slightly different meaning. For itself or for others. Svamva anyamba. What did we say? It doesn't know itself nor it doesn't know anything else. But here, Swami Dayananda's translation, for itself or for others, because ishtam anishtam. So for itself or for others. Okay, I forgot to mention one word, right? So there is nityam. The word nityam I forgot to mention, correct? Nityam paratantraḥ. So nityam is you can say an adjective, is it, to paratantraḥ? Yeah, an adverb, paratantra, dependent. Paratantra means what? Dependent on something else. And so, always, that nityam is always. It should not be confused with atma nityam. It should be used as an adverb for paratantraha. Nityam paratantraha. So, last part of the translation is what? Desirable or not desirable for itself or for others, and is always dependent. And is always dependent, within brackets, you can say, on something else. Always dependent on something else. Okay, let's read this. This pranayama, sorry, sorry, very sorry. This pranayama, very close, This pranamaya also can never be the self because the pranamaya is a modification of pranaha and goes in and comes out of the body like vayuhu or air, does not know anything anywhere, comma, anything desirable or not desirable for itself or for others, and is always dependent on something else. Okay, good. Next shloka. ज्ञानेन्द्रियाणि च मनश्च
ज्ञानेन्द्रियाणि यानि च मनश्च
मनोमयस्यात्
मनोमयस्यात्
कोशो ममाहमिति
कोशो ममाहमिति
वस्तुविकल्पहेतुः
वस्तु विकल्प हेतुः
संज्ञादिभेदकलना
संज्ञादिभेदकलना
कलितो बलीयान्
कलितो बलीयान्
तत्पूर्वकोशम्
तत्पूर्वकोशम्
अभिपूर्य विजृम्भते यः
अविपूर्य विसृम्भते यः
गुड वंस अगेन ज्ञानेन्द्रियाणि च मनश्च
ज्ञानेन्द्रियाणि च मनश्च
मनोमय स्यात्
मनोमयस्यात्
कोशोऽहं कोशो ममाहमिति
कोशो ममाहमिति
वस्तु विकल्प हेतुः
वस्तु विकल्पहेतुः
संज्ञादिभेदकलना
संज्ञादिभेदकलना
कलितो बलीयान्
कलितो बलीयान्
तत्पूर्वकोशम्
तत्पूर्वकोशम्
अभिपूर्य विजृम्भते यः
अभिपूर्य विसृम्भते यः
Yeah.
Jay Kumar ji, it is Anupurya.
Okay.
In the book,
So
it is says Anupurya.
again, a part of Veda could be there. Abhipurya.
Well, the PDF
Okay.
says Abhipurya.
Yeah, PDF says Abhi, and Swami Dayananda's book says Abhi, and this one also says Abhi. So yeah, okay, Anupurya, Abhipurya, both mean the same thing. We will stick with Abhipurya. Same thing, same meaning, ma. So now entering Manomaya Kosha. Okay. Yeah. Manomaya Kosha. So he's saying Jnanendriyani cha manascha manomayaha syat. So right there in that first quarter he tells what manomayaha is. So Sukshma Shariram is being discussed, right? So Pranamaya was discussed. Annamaya is Stula Shariram. Pranamaya is a part of the Sukshma Shariram. And the next part of the Sukshma Shariram is Manomayaha. Alright. So that Manomayaha is what? Jnanendriyani cha manascha. Jnanendriyani, sense organs and the mind. Sense organs and the mind. So we have to go back to Tattva Bodha and ask ourselves, how did the sense organs come about? Akashasya satvikamshat shrotrendriyam sambhutam. Then vayoho satvikamshat tvagindriyam sambhutam. Then agnehe or vannehe satvikamshat chakshurindriyam sambhutam. Like that. So satvikamshat, satvikamshat, satvikamshat. जलस्य सात्विकांशात् रसनेन्द्रियं सम्भूतं then पृथिव्याः सात्विकांशात् घ्राणेन्द्रियं सम्भूतं. So if we once we do that, then we can say, then what about manas? Manas also we know. Yetesham panchatattvanam samashti sattvikamshat mana indriyam sambhutam. Aha. So every common thing in all these things is sattva guna. Sattva guna is common. Sattva guna is common. That is why when it comes to knowing, the sense organs have to operate properly. We need the sense organs. Pratyaksha is critical. Eyesight is critical. If eyesight is not there, then hearing becomes the second most, that becomes the most important sense organ. Hearing, that sound bites are so critical. Critical. So it's like that. Some people are deaf. I told you the examples. Are deaf. I've been interacted with deaf people. I learned sign language from them long ago, American Sign Language. And these people's eyes are just all over. All over means they're watching you, but they're watching that also. They're watching here also. This peripheral vision, fantastic. They have they told us these things. How do we know all these things? They have to tell us. So they're doing all these things and telling us because they're deaf and they're also mute. And so they can't talk also. So it's just Ishvara Leela it is. Bah. So that's Sattva Amsha is what is manifest here through this sense organs and the manas. So Manomaya Syat. Okay, so this sense organs and manas would be considered as Manomayaha. Manomayaha. All right. And all right, Manomaya, let it be Manomaya. So what? But then it is Koshaha. Koshaha. So it is it is really not Atma, but because an average person considers the Manomaya as Atma, the mind is I, that's it. The sense organs are I. It's no different. I can't separate myself from the sense organs. They're all identical. And therefore, once a person considers that, then that for that person, Manomaya is Atma. But for a person who knows it, for that person, that Manomaya is a Koshaha. Kosha, okay? Kosha. If I know it is only a cover, it is just too intimate to me. My mind and I can't really be separated. It looks so close. But I know that I am not the mind. If somebody can confidently say that, know it, that person, for that person, mind becomes a kosha. Okay? And becomes a kosha. It's covering. I know it is a cover. But for the other person, it doesn't know. He doesn't know it's a cover. Why he doesn't know it's a cover? Mama aham iti vastu vikalpa hetuhu. Pah. Shankaracharya's words. Vastu. Vastu. Vastu means anything is called vastu here. Vishayaha. Vishayaha. Vishayaha in Sanskrit means an object. And that's what vastu means here. Vastu vikalpa hetuhu. Mama ahamiti. You know what this guy does, it seems? He looks at all the things and then decides which is me and which is mine. And which is not me, which is not mine. Of course, that is also understood. And you come, somebody comes home. The minute you come inside the home, then of course now you are coming into my territory, correct? It's my territory. It's all me, mine, me, mine, me, mine. Everything, including all the curtains and everything, it's me, mine only. Mine, mine, mine. Me, me, me. What about your children? Children, they're my children only. What are you asking? What kind of question is this? They're my children. This is my grandfather, this is my grandmother, my great grandfather, mother, these are all there. They lived in those villages. My village. Village also is my village only. My mama. Aham mama. Either it is I or it is mine. These are only two possibilities that are there, which govern my entire life. Now, those things I'm not interested. They are all unknown people. These are all known people. These are all acquaintances. Those are all good friends. We studied together long ago. And they're all unknown people. They're acquaintances. They're all, they're all one among the 8 billion people. What about you? You're not one among the 8 billion people? What are you saying? You know, all Gotra, Bharadwaja Gotra and all. Who do you think I am? Yeah, so this Aham is a very interesting character. Okay. So, Mama Aham iti Vastu Vikalpa Hetuhu. Vastu Vikalpa. Vikalpa means these distinctions, categorizations, this labeling. It's all Vikalpa. Sanskrit. This is the word Vikalpaha. Vikalpaha. So that Manaha definition itself we saw, no? What did we see? Sankalpa, Vikalpa, Vikalpatmakam Manaha. Like that we saw in Tattva Bodha. Sankalpa, Vikalpatmakam. Sankalpa means I will go after something. That Ichha is being expressed. Sankalpa. Vikalpa. Labeling, categorizing, dividing. Mama, aham. Good for me, not good for me. Oh, this is too oily stuff. This is oily stuff I don't touch anymore. I want to go after all this. I like all this alpha and sprouted beans and those kinds of things I take. Milk I have given up. What is this you're taking? It is soya milk. That's also milk, but it is soya milk, soya bean milk. Ah, okay. So Vikalpa, cut, Vikalpa. You go to a store, just Vikalpa all over. Vikalpa galore. So modern life is what? Those days they didn't have department store and all that. Department store maximum you can talk about. And there also that Pottikada means this guy is just, you can't even see the man. He's sitting there right behind, but all things are hanging. All these tea bags are hanging, and coffee bags are hanging, shampoo bags are hanging. And in India, they have this thing. This is a brilliant idea these Hindustan Lever and all these companies have come up with. They said these fellows are not buying our shampoo bottles. Why? In America, big shampoo bottles they buy with all this, press it and you just can take it and then put it on your head. So easy it is. Why people in India are not buying it? People in India also buy it, but majority of the people, what about the other people who don't buy it? How to sell shampoo to them? Brilliant idea. Just sachet, like a small sachet of the shampoo. Then people will buy it. For 1
That
rupee,
was
they will buy
C.K.
it.
Ranganathan. C.K. Ranganathan of Cavan Care started the sachets, shampoo sachets.
There you go. There you go. Sachet. You go to the store, the sachet will be hanging from top to bottom. You can't see at all. You have to look for this guy inside like this. You have to go and see. And so that particular, he has what the small box store has, you can't find in other places. I'm telling you, some places. In fact, the shopping bag I have now, it is missing at home. I have to go and buy a shopping bag because I try to avoid using all this plastic. So and that shopping bag you can't get these days. That nice solid bag I used to have. I have to go searching for it, and I know one Pottikadai in somewhere, some 3-4 kilometers from here. I have to go and visit him. And it's a very dingy place. There won't be any light also. You have to go inside, search for him, then you have to explain to him what you want. Then he will go inside and then go up like that and pull it out. Whatever. God bless him. And so, Vastu Vikalpa Hetuhu. Hetuhu means it's an instrument, it's a cause. And this Vastu Vikalpa is the cause of this Manomaya being a Kosha. And I get caught up in all this Sankalpa and Vikalpa. And I got caught up so much that there is no chance. I'm stuck. Manomaya becomes Atma for me. But then I have to hear Shankaracharya saying, it is a costume. Okay, sheath. If you want to say it is a sheath, that is fine. And it is really not you. It is covering the Atma. So really it is not you. It is a kośaḥ, my dear friends. Like that he's saying, Mama ahamiti vastu vikalpa hetuhu. And interesting example. Hey, this mind being so powerful and being the minute it wakes up, it knows so much. It's able to process so much data. My God, we don't even realize how much is going on in this mind. And these computers are, even though they are good at doing all these calculations and billions in seconds, and still the mind, what it does, the computer also cannot do sometimes. And just to look at simple vision, color, how much science is involved in making a machine see something and say that is red color. Technology is progressing, no doubt. And but natural language processing, language, that's another whole area where the computing people have to work extremely hard. And now all these translators and all have come. But those days when I was studying at Purdue, it was natural language processing means, oh my God. Once I was thinking I should do that. But by then I had almost finished my PhD. It was too late to get into natural language processing. And Vaidya and others, we all did this together. And we had a great team there doing all kinds of computation work, genetic algorithms and neural networks and, Venkat and all, Professor Venkat. So I saw an interview of Professor Venkat recently. We'll talk about it later. So this mind, look at this. This mind, when it goes to sleep, all the sankalpa vikalpa is gone, completely gone. It's as though mind doesn't exist. Mind doesn't exist. This wonderful mind, which is capable of so much, is just gone, nowhere to be seen for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. Not to be seen at all. Okay? And so therefore we can appreciate that this mind also is a agantā. It looks like coming and going. Okay, it doesn't go anywhere. Vayu also doesn't go anywhere. It has to come back. So mind also seems to be agantā only. And and so sanyādi bheda kalana kalito baliyan. Further, this manomaya, okay, further it is Sanyadi Bheda. Okay, that's what. Vastu Vikalpa Sanyadi Bheda. Similar. Sanya means name. Adi means names and forms and functions. Means everything. I know exactly what object is meant for what. I am crystal clear about it. I am crystal clear. If I am not crystal clear, I'll try to find out what it is used for. So everything I know. What is food I know. What is not food I know. What is electronic I know. What is not electronic I know. Electronic, you have to be careful. Don't pour water on electronic things. That also I know. Everything I know. Sanyadi. Sanya means name. Literal meaning is name. Means here, name means object. Sanya adi. Nama rupa. Nama rupa means object. Vastu. Vishayaha. Bheda. Bheda kalana. There's variety and variety and variety. Bheda kalana. And kalana means what? That phenomenon. That aspect of varieties of things. Kalana goes, my mind goes off somewhere. Be just Dakshinamurti Stotram, if you know. Then second shloka, you make a note and look it up later. Bijasyantarivāṅkuro jagadidam prāṅ nirvikalpam punaha maya kalpita desha kala kalana vaichitrya chitrikritam. Desha kala kalana, he says there, Shankaracharya again. And Kalana means this. It seems the Brahman along with Maya just projects a universe. Vaichitri Chitri Kritam, just fantastic universe. It's just like a painting. Painting, you can see so many colors and so many shapes and sizes. Like that, that Vastu Vikalpa Hetuhu Sanyadi Bheda Kalana. There's just no end to this variety. Bheda means variety. Sanyadi Bheda Kalana. There he says Desha Kala Kalana. Vaichit Desha Kala. Time and space, that's it. This is the magic. And time is there, is real for me. Time is absolutely real. I have a date of birth and the time, which is clock is ticking. I have to go to office. It's now 7:27. And so time is real. That real, the feeling of real. This is Maya's work. And feeling of absolute reality. Hey, when you are sleeping, there is no time at all. You didn't have any idea of time. You wake up, you talk about time. A child has no idea of time. And that's why it struggles. The child struggles with parents all the time. It has no idea of time and space. No idea. Absolutely no idea. The whole world is there. Child is freely roaming around. We are the ones who, no, don't touch this, stop, don't go, that is not his house, not your house, that is his toy, not my toy. And then child is confused. Then only realize, my God, Desha Kala Kalana. Child gets a dose from parents and teachers. Don't touch, that is beating, this is dharma, that's not right, this is right, this is wrong. Abba, enough. And so, Desha Kala Kalana, he says that. Here he says, Sanyadi Bheda Kalana Kalitaha, projected. Kalitaha. This mind and Manomaya is projection. It's all projection, projection, projection. How do you know it's a projection? Because deep sleep, there is nothing. The minute I get up, the whole world is, I am ready to face the world, and I'm ready to offer more and more ideas and concepts and emotions and feelings and things and everything. I'm there. I'm ready with, I'm coming into this world. Watch out, guys. Okay. So, Sanyadi Bheda Kalana Kalitaha Baliyan. That is the key word. Baliyan means powerful. This Manomaya is not ordinary. Not ordinary. It's powerful. And somewhere here, Swamiji says why it is powerful. You know what he says? Don't write this down. Bandhasya mokshasya cha yetad adhinatvat. There is a famous statement. It says, Manaha eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoho. Manaha eva manushyanam karanam. For all people, the mind alone is the cause. Cause of what? Bandha mokshayoho. This so-called bandha, bondage and liberation, both. The mind is the cause. Like the famous statement is there. That's it. Some people latch on to it and just say, that's it. Did Shastram say mind is the cause for bandha? Yes. Therefore, you have to destroy your mind. That's it. I'm telling you, if you want to make money, guys, listen to me. I'll give you a very simple idea. You hang on to this particular mantra. Manaha eva manushyanam karanam bandha moksha yoho. Just keep that in mind and learn a few Sanskrit words here and there. Don't learn too much, because if you learn too much, you'll become a jnani. You should not be a jnani. You just know superficially a little bit. Don't get into Upanishad and all that. And then start an ashram and teach meditation and tell them manaha eva karanam manushyanam bandha mokshayoho. Mind is the cause. Speak slowly. Learn to speak. Catch hold of a professional. Learn to speak properly. Don't speak like people like me who are speaking fast, going like a Rajdhani Express. Don't speak like that. You just slowly have to. And even eye movements and all have to be slow like this. And shaking. Don't shake your head. Just go. Somebody comes. Don't say aye, aye. Aye. Like that you should say. Then only people will be impressed by you. Then only you are a Baba. Otherwise, you are just an actor. That's all. For reality is this fellow is acting. This Baba fellow is the actor, really speaking. Huh? Other people are jnanis, really speaking. But it's all ulta, reverse. And make money. And he says, look at this. He says, Swamiji says, bandhasya mokshacha eva etad adhinatvat. Because this bandha and moksha depend on the mind, and annamaye prāṇamaye va jnana shakti abhavat. Because this jnana shakti being so important and for all of us, and this in pranamaya there is no jnana shakti. Sattva is not there. In Annamaya also Sattva is not there. So Jnana Shakti Abhavat Tataha Balishtatvam Asya. That is why Shankaracharya is saying Baliyan. Baliyan means powerful, something to reckon with. Like that he's saying. So Baliyan, etc. So we will continue this and complete it. I didn't want to. Already I'm rushing. On top of that, if I rush looking at the clock, imagine how it will be. So, Baliyan. So he's going to conclude that. We'll do that in the next class. Tat purva kosham abhipurya vijrumbate yaha. We will see that in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.